afternoon, people, and welcome back to Star Cub Review. Yes, it's one of those videos today. It's a review, as you all probably would have guessed from the cover page of my review today. Yes, after 20 years, I finally beat Final Fantasy VI. Nonetheless, it was the Pixel remaster on the Nintendo Switch, but I finally did it. I finally beat it after 20 bloody damn years. I beat it early this morning at about 1:30 in the morning. I stayed up considerably late into the morning playing it, and can I just say, wow. Final Fantasy VI is definitely a game that I really cherish as much as I do Final Fantasy VII, and obviously now Final Fantasy XVI. But Final Fantasy VI, I never played the original as such when it came out on the Super Nintendo under the guise of Final Fantasy III. I didn't have a Super Nintendo, like I have explained before. So I wasn't able to play it when it was labelled Final Fantasy III for some odd, bizarre friggin' reason. But I remember getting the PlayStation 1 version of Final Fantasy VI. And I absolutely was in love with it. I loved all the characters from Terra, Celeste, Edgar, Sabin, Shadow, Realm, Strago, and all the other ones. It was Anmog too. All their characters intertwining stories, the battle between good and evil, light and darkness. Kefka was an absolute boost of a antagonist. I absolutely loved the story, the characters, the humor, the laughter. It is an extremely powerful and emotional game. I did, have a bit of an ugly cry. When I finally finished it after 20 years. I never got the opportunity to finish it when it was released on the PS1. I got to getting all the espers and stuff, and I got to Kefka's Tower, but then I never moved forward with any of that because I remember the bosses were extremely hard and I needed to level up a lot more. So I went out and did all that, but I never picked it up again after that. I moved on to other games, and I was always kicking myself. I've been kicking myself for God knows how long, years, that I really should have finished the PS1 version of the game back then, but I never did. And now, 20 odd years later, I got the Pixel remaster, and I played 45 hours of it, and that 45 hours was absolutely incredible. It is exactly the same as I remember it. I'm not going to explain the battle system and all of that because, I'm pretty late into doing a review of this because I've, been playing other games and stuff like that, but I finally beat it. I've been playing it for the last couple of days for hours on end to get it completed, and I'm very, very satisfied. Wow, the ending was an emotional kicker. Very powerful kicker. The soundtrack is absolutely incredible, and like I said, I'm not going to explain the battle system. Anchor time battle system, you got espers that, you can put on any character and you can learn the magic from it. It's got a specific leveling system, whether it's times 1 or times 2 or times 10 or times 5. You get the drift. All the characters have very different roles to play, but every single character can learn magic in it, and like a job system as such. But the real thing that I really wanted to talk about is that I finally completed it after 20 years, and I feel really satisfied and happy and thrilled that I actually got to experience it from start to finish and wow, it an absolutely incredible game, exactly how I remember it. But it also gave me new, like, wow, I still remember certain parts, and then coming into it 20 years later, playing it in certain parts, I was like, I don't remember that as a kid, as a teenager. So, it's opened my eyes to things that I didn't see when I was a teenager. So I'm very, very happy about that. Square Enix, at the time Squaresoft, but Square Enix have done a fantastic job of doing this remaster. Although I have seen some comments and that people saying that it's not the definitive Pixel remaster, like they would have hoped. Like the Game Boy Advance version, you've got additional dungeons and additional espers and that, which weren't included in the Pixel remaster. So, but I'm not bothered by that. I played it singly for the experience of playing it like the original from start to finish, and it was fantastic. I absolutely loved it. Let me just say, Final Fantasy VI is very, very challenging. It is hard. It is really challenging, especially all the end bosses in Kefka's Tower. They are extremely challenging. It will put everything to the test. Your skills, how you managed your characters and groups with certain magics, items, weapons. It all comes down to that, and it's very, very challenging, and I absolutely loved every minute of it. My rating for this is definitely a 10 out of 10. Very emotional game. It had me tearing in a lot of spots, especially the opera scenes. Wow. Especially with the singing. My God, that hits me on a completely different level, which made me tear up. But all in all, this Pixel remaster was absolutely friggin' fantastic. Exactly like Final Fantasy V. It's an emotional puncher, an emotional kicker. It has heart, it has wit, it has everything you've wanted in a Final Fantasy game from the earlier generation of Final Fantasy games. And I'm just so glad that I was able to finally beat it after 20 years. And I'm just proud of myself for doing that. But other than that, guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. It's just a quick and easy one. It was just my thoughts on it. Not really explaining the battle system or anything like that, because everyone knows it by now. I just really wanted to get my thoughts out on it and get a video out to you all so I could share my thoughts on it. Absolutely fantastic game. 10 out of 10. Well done, Square Enix. You really nailed it with the Pixel remaster. No matter what anyone says, you nailed it. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for some more videos to come down the track. I'll have some more reviews coming up. And have a great afternoon, guys. And I will catch you all with the next video down the track. Alright, guys. Peace.